You're welcome to Math Demystified. In our lesson today, we shall take various type of questions and just look at them briefly. To start with, you have a question that says simplify 3 whole number 1 over 12 plus 7 over 8, everything over 2 whole number 1 over 4 minus 1 over 6. The first thing you want to do with this kind of question is to take all these mixed fractions to improper fractions. That's one of the methods we can use. So that will be 12 times 3, 36, plus 1, 37. So plus 7 over 8, that will be your numerator. You can put it in brackets. Do the same thing with this 2. And that will be 4 times 2, 8, plus 1 will give you 9 over 4 minus 1 over 6. Then you can take each of these and break them down. So the LCM of the denominator here is 24. So 12 in 24 is 2. So 12 in 24 is 2. So the 2 times 37 will give you 74. Then 8 in 24, the LCM of the denominator is 3. 3 times 7 will give you 21. So you can do the same thing with the denominator. Now this mark means division. That's the division over there. Over here too, the LCM is 12. 4 in 12 is 3. 3 times 9 is 27. 6 in 12 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So what you need to do next is to just simplify. And what you have here is 74 plus 21. That gives you 95 over 24. Division sign is still there. Then you have 27 minus 2. That gives you 25 divided by 12. Then this division sign will change to multiplication. Then you just somersault the right hand side. And the 12 will go up. This will come down. Then just clear. This 12 here 1, 12 here 2. 2 times this 50. 1 times this 95. And if you break it down, you get 19 over 10. And the answer is one number 9 over 10. That is how to do it. In this next question, question number 2, it says, if P equals m over 2 minus n squared over 5m, make n a subject of the relation. From our figure 2 question, find correct to 3 significant figures the value n when P equals 14 and m equals minus 8. The first thing you want to do here, since you have equality sign and you have fractions, is to find the LCM of the denominator and multiply each term by the LCM of the denominator. So the LCM of these denominators is 10m. So 10m multiplied by p will give you 10mp. If you multiply this side by 10m, this will cancel the 10. You have 5m squared. Multiply by 10m, you will still have the 5 cutting the 10 to be 2, and the m cutting the m, you have 2n squared. So if you multiply through by 10m, this is what you're going to have. Since they want us to make n the subject, so I'll bring this, is negative, I want to make it positive. When it crosses equality sign, it becomes positive. And when this one moves to the other side, it becomes negative because it was originally positive. So right here, I'm going to divide both sides by 2, so I can have n squared left. Divided by 2, I have that. So now, I want to make n the subject. Because I have a square, I'll find the square root of both sides. So we want to take square root of both sides. The 2 there will take care of the square root here. So here I'm going to have plus minus. So, and that is the answer to the first one. I have made n the subject of the formula. So the second question says, I should substitute 14 for p and minus a for m. So exactly what you have, this is your 5. Open your bracket and put minus 8 for m. You can see that minus 8 again for the m. Then p, you can see it in that bracket as 14. So you have all that together over 2. Don't forget that everything is inside this square root. And that's exactly what you have over there. So just simply open your brackets and solve. So if you solve all of this, you're going to have this exactly. Then be careful when you get to this point, because this is a whole bracket and it's multiplying this minus 40. So I have minus 40 multiplying minus 8 minus 28. If you solve this part, you get minus 36. Please do not forget there's supposed to be plus minus all through the square roots. All through the square roots. So if you solve this, you have this as your final answer with the plus minus in front of it. Now, you are asked to take the answer to three significant figures. So you start counting from the first significant figure, 2, 6, 8. 8 happens to be the third significant figure. So check the immediate number after it. It's less than 5, so it becomes 0. So you end up having 26.8 as your answer. That's how to solve this question. Now, let's take a look at this number 3 question. It's a question on logarithms, and you need to know your laws of logarithms to be able to solve this question. It says, if log y base 10 plus 3 log x base 10 equals 2, express y in terms of x. So this question is written here. What do we do right here? I need to move this 3 from here so that I can have log, log, log all through. So law of logarithm says this can go up here as a power. And if it was written as a power, I can also bring it down. If you remember that log of logarithms. So now I'm going to apply that. I'm going to take this up here. So I have log y base 10 plus log x raised to power 3 equals what you have here. Since everything is in base 10, can also be written as log 10 base 10. It has no effect on it because log 10 base 10 is same thing as 1. So I can write it like that. So if I do write it like that, that simply means that this 2 can also go up, just like this 3 came as a power. These 2 can also go as a power and can be written like that. Of course, you can now write it as 100 if you wish. You know, your log cannot be written as log 100 if you wish to do that. So looking at that, since I want to write my y in terms of x, so that means I'm making y the subject. So this is the only place where I have y. So I write it. Then I'm moving this logarithm to the other side. It's a positive logarithm here. When I move it, it becomes minus because it's crossing the equality sign. And this is what I'm going to have. So law of logarithms also tells us that when I have negative here, it can be written as division. So I have log 100 over x cubed. So this will be dividing this so that this logarithm can go. It's a law of logarithms that we all know. And let me quickly remind you of the law. Log a minus log b can be written as log a over b. So a over b, where this is 100 in my own case, and this b happens to be x cubed in my case. So I'm going to have log 100 over x cubed. So having done that, let me quickly clean this at the bottom so that does not mess up my work. So now, looking at this, just by comparison, looking at what you have, there's a log of base here, 10 here, log of base 10 here. And so you could just extract what you need, and that will be y equals 100 over x cubed. Now, one common error you don't want to commit is to cut the logarithm. Some people will just come over here and cut the logarithms. Once you cut the logarithms, nothing is existing anymore. All right? So because this is called log y base 10, everything, they are all together. You cannot detach them. They are all together. And that is how it's written. So what you can do here is to just compare. So by comparison, you can do that. Law of logarithms also tells us that when you have log a equals log b, and they have the same base, it simply tells us that a is equal to b. And that's the law I simply applied here. The bases are the same, so the logs are the same. And that is it. So that's a simple way of solving this kind of question. Question number 4. Solve the equation 3x minus 2y equals 21. That's 21. Equation 2, 4x plus 5y equals 5. This is simultaneous equation. The first thing I want to do here is to think of the method I want to use. So I want to use the method of elimination. I want to eliminate one of these terms. So I'll take the first number here, which is 4, and multiply everything here by the 4. I'll take the first number here, which is 3, and multiply everything here by 3. And that will give me 4 times 3x gives me 12x, 2 times 2y, 8y, 4 times 21, 84. Same thing with this one, 3 times 4x, 12x, 3 times 5y gives me 15y, 3 times 5 gives me 15. Now I have the same coefficient for the x, and the signs are the same. I'm going to use negative. They both have positive as their signs. I'm going to use negative to eliminate this side. If the signs were different, I would have used positive. Please note that. Same sign, subtract. Different signs, add. So they have the same sign, I'm going to subtract. So, and this negative is for each of the terms. So this is going to be 12x minus 12x. That's 0. It's been eliminated. I come over to the next term. Minus 8 minus plus. Minus plus will give me minus. So minus 8y minus 15 will give me minus 23y equals 84 minus 15. Do not forget, this negative is for each of the terms. So when you do that, you simply get your y by dividing both sides by minus 23, and that will give you minus 3. So that's the value of my y. So you take the value of the y and substitute into any of the equations that you have. So I want to put it in equation 1. Substitute minus 3 for y in equation 1. So this is my 3x minus 2. Where I have my y, I'm going to bring the minus 3 there. And careful, when you're opening the bracket, that will give you minus times minus, giving you positive. 2 times 3, giving you 6. I collect my like terms. This is 3x. Move this one there. When it's moving to the other side, it becomes negative. So this gives you 15. So you divide both sides by 3, and you get x equals 5. And please take note, sometimes they will ask you to write your answers as coordinates. If you ask to write your answer as coordinates, then you write it like this. And x is 5, y. You always start with the x if you are writing your answer as coordinates. That is solution to number 4. Let's look at question number 5. It reads, a cylinder with radius 3.5 centimeter has its 2 ends closed. That means this end is closed, it's not open. That means I can find the area. This end 2 is closed. I can also find the area. That's the implication. If the total surface area, that means if I add the area of this circle here and the area of the circle that is down and this curved surface that I can touch, if the total surface area is 209, that means if I add all the areas together, I will get 209 centimeters squared. Calculate the height of the cylinder. So all you need there is just formula. Once you get the formula, you don't have a problem. The area of this part you have here is pi r squared. The area of the down part too is pi r squared. That tells you we have 2 pi r squared, and that is what we have in the formula. Total surface area, 2 pi r squared. Plus the area of this curved surface is 2 pi rh, and that is what we have here. So just combine the two together. You see that 2 pi r is common, and if you factorize it out, you have r plus h in the bracket. So with the total surface area given to you as 209, so all you need to do is just to cut, substitute the values and cut. Here, the 7, we cut the 7. The 2 here, we cut the 2 here. I have 22 left. So I'm cross multiplying and bringing this 22 down, and that's what we have over here. 209, 22 has come down here, 22 equals 7 over 2 plus h. Since I'm looking for h, I'll bring this one, crosses the equality sign, becomes negative. So when you solve this part, you have 6 centimeters. And that's it. That's what you're asked to do. It's as simple as that. Just take note that when you are asked to find the area of any object, it is the part of the object that your hand, the palm of your hand can touch, that you can feel. The part of the object you can feel from the outer part. So your hand can feel this place. That means you can find the area of the top. Your hand can feel this place. You can touch it. You can find the area pi r square, and you can also touch the curved surface. And that is 2 pi rh. Put everything together and substitute your values. And that's how to take care of it. Question number 6, we are asked to simplify x squared minus y squared, which is over 3x plus 3y. So look at this. This is difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. If you can remember how to do that. So that will be x minus y and x plus y. If you open this bracket, you're going to have this one back over something is common here, and that is 3. And you have x plus y. So you see that this bracket is multiplying this bracket, and this 3 is multiplying this x plus y. So this can cancel this to give you 1. So the final answer will just be x minus y over 3. It's as simple as that. You are just being tested if you can remember the difference of two squares. So whenever you see something like that, you have a negative here, you just write the same thing, put negative in one, put positive in the other, and that's how to take care of it. I would like to remind you quickly that there is a difference between x squared, y squared, and x minus y, everything squared. There's a big difference. This is difference of two squares. This is the square of two difference. Difference of two squares, square of two difference. So let's look at this. This is going to give you x minus y, x plus y. Does not matter the one that comes first. This could be plus, this should be minus. One of them should be plus, another negative. But this one simply means write the same thing 2 times. Write the same thing 2 times. You are not changing any sign. Everything is intact the way you are given. So please note this because it's very important. Number 7. This is a question on number base. It says if 123 base y equals 83 base 10, obtain an equation in y, hence find the value of y. So the first thing is to obtain an equation in y, then find the value of y. So you know what you always do, 0, 1, 2. So you write this in base 10, take it to base 10, and that will be 1, then times y squared plus 2 y raised to the power 1, which is the same thing as y, plus 3 y raised to the power 0, which is the same thing as 3, equals to 83, because it's already in base 10. This is base 10. This is converted to base 10 right now, so it is written like this. Let me read what I said. This is in base 10, so you write it as 83. This one is in base y. We don't know what y is, but we have converted this to base 10, so it is written like this. So we have answered the first question that asks us to obtain an equation in y. So we have obtained an equation in y. That question is satisfied. Find the value of y. That simply means solve this. But you bear in mind that it is a base you are solving for, right? And a base cannot be negative. Put that at the back of your mind. A base cannot be negative. A base must not be equal to any of the digits here. The highest value of the base will be at least one value higher than this. A base cannot be negative, 1. Number 2, a base must not be any of the values here. All right? Must not be any of the values. A base has to be higher, at least 1 digit, higher than the highest value here, at least 1 digit. So bear those things at the back of your mind. So I can factorize this. I know that if I use 10 and 8, I will get 80. So that will be 10 times minus 8 will give me 80. When I add together, I'll get plus 2. And with that, you can factorize and get this. So your y plus 10 will be equal to 0, or y minus 8 equals to 0. When you solve it, you get y to be equal to minus 10 and y to be equal to minus 8. Don't forget I told you that your base cannot be negative. Since the base is negative here, you tell the examiner, you just simply tell the examiner that, but base y cannot be negative. So if base cannot be negative, therefore your y is now equal to 8. And that is how to solve the question. If you solve this question and you stop here, you will lose the whole mark. You will likely lose the whole mark because base cannot be negative. All right, so please pay attention to what I'm saying right now, and also remember to put this condition there. But base, and tell them what the base is, y, cannot be negative. That's why our base will now remain positive value. If we had two values to be positive and it satisfies what I told you, I told you it has to be at least a number, a digit higher than the highest value here. So if this were to be something like 4 and this one 8, then the two of them can qualify as the base because 4 is higher than 3, which is the highest number here, and 8 too is higher, and they are both positive, so it will qualify. But in this case, one is negative, one is positive. So you will not pick the negative one, you simply pick the positive one. Please take note.